Hello, everybody. This is Evervest. This is my DNA of Music live podcast. I'm going in on my next song, "No Greater Love." As you can see, I start off with my picture that I have for it, like my album cover, um, a single cover, whatever you want to call it. Um, it's it's like in I don't honestly sometimes just I get visuals of like whatever I want it to look like, and so pretty much, um, of course, in my head it looked a tad bit different, but pretty much this was like kind of what I got in my head was like, what I really wanted was no greater love, like the feel of the song. It's like more of like a space kind of beat, and so that's kind of why I have it like in space with the earth, where like it has the cross in the middle, so it says the way, the truth, the life, and it has like a little person that's like me, and it has on the sign, you can't really see it on the sign, but it says love on the sign. And so for me it was like seeking love in all the wrong places, and it has all the hearts, like broken hearts, and it's like all of the broken hearts of that's like all of the relationships that I got in that ended badly. And the little brown piece is like, for me it's like the wilderness. So it's like I've been, in a song, I've been searching, longing to be seen for a moment. Like that's what, you know before before really walking and wanting to know Jesus for myself, that's kind of what my life was filled of. It was a part of my life. It wasn't the whole thing. Like it wasn't consuming my life, but it was a part of, like, when it came to relationships, romantic relationships. That's kind of what it looked like. Searching and longing to be seen by somebody, to be chosen by somebody, and that just led to heartbreaks. And I had to come to like the end of myself of like, the wilderness. Had to go into a season all by myself to kind of really see how much my heart was like broken in pieces. And realizing that Jesus is the only way, truth, and life, like the only way that I could mend those pieces. So it was kind of like, seeking him rather than trying to get that love and validation from another person. And so that's kind of like the whole background as far as the cover, the picture here. And so, again, this song, I was living alone at the time. I mean, I had my own place and everything. And this was a time where, like, I was really, I was active in church and everything, but I wasn't really like, I wasn't, how do I explain it? Let's see. Like, I wasn't really trying to get friendships, if that makes sense. Like, I was serving in church, but serving and making lasting relationships, two different things. So I'm serving others and everything, but I'm not actually like getting, meaningful friendships and relationships. And at this time, I am seeking those friendships and relationships and stuff like that. And going back into it, I felt like, with spending time with God and really taking a lot of other stuff out of my life, I felt like I was ready for like marriage at the time. And so I was in a singles group. I am, I'm trying to really, get out there again, I guess. And so at the time, I really felt like I wasn't ready. And I was in the singles group had this book that we were reading, and I read some of it, and I knew it was like, yeah, nah, this is part of what I need before really trying to find someone, then I'm not ready. But when you want something, you feel like you are ready, or you can just kind of like bypass that piece and that you'll figure it out later. But again, this is a time where I'm really asking God for his will for my life and not just what I want. And so kind of what that looked at like was, I felt like that's what it was. And let's just say God said it wasn't time. And I wasn't very happy about it. It was more like I needed to know who I was in him, apart from a title, right? A title of being someone's wife and, all the stuff that goes with that, like not finding my identity in that title. And so I wasn't happy about it. And, again, this is a time where I was trying to be really consistent with my music. And so anytime I would get discouraged, anytime I would get mad, instead of like being sad about it, I just rap about it. And so I found this beat on YouTube, and I, started going over it, and what I got was like No Greater Love. And that's kind of how the whole chorus situation happened, where the song in its entirety is really focused on this time in my life where it's like choosing not to try to be so focused on finding a spouse and focus on God's love for me, wanting that love from another person, and really laying that down, surrendering it to God and saying like, Lord, I'm going to know your love for me, and just grow in your love, receiving your love, and you know, giving that love freely to others. And so it's really where I was really trying to take a situation I wasn't really happy about, and give God glory for what I know that He's doing in my life at that time. And so this song, because I was going through what I was going through at the time, I kind of just did like a binge, I'm gonna be honest, where I just spent hours and hours just thinking about it. Like, I contemplate about it. I think about like what kind of scriptures are coming to mind when I'm listening to the beat. And I was trying to process my own emotions about how I really felt about it, like what my behaviors have been in the past when it comes to relationships and stuff like that. So I really just had to process those times in my life, which I wasn't processing at the time. I was reading my Bible, I was spending time with God, but I wasn't processing the stuff in my life that really impacted it. And so it took a while. I mean, I binged it, and I was writing, and I do these little flow charts all the time when I'm trying to organize my thoughts. And so that took, me staying up like till midnight and stuff, and I wasn't working at the time. So I had the time, so I was just kind of spending time in it, trying to do the verses, because I always get the chorus easily. So I listened to it maybe once or twice, and I had a couple options that I wanted to do for the chorus, and I chose this one. And yeah, so pretty much this one don't go very long, y'all. The song itself like really explains a lot of where I'm going at when it comes to like the concept is like no greater love than God's love. So really receiving His love, it does make all the difference when it comes to like your expectations for your relationships with other people. And so I hope you guys like it. Check it out. It's on all the major platforms. I'll be posting a link below, and let me know what you think. See you on the next episode. I will be talking about my song Supernova. So stay tuned.